We're in the house. Let's go, let's go. We are being proactive with our weekly Unity Flow podcast in collaboration with the Relationship Flow podcast. Exciting. Just gone live on all our different apps and we're getting the podcast up. Thank God we have a new recording device. Exciting times. Slowly, this is happening in a bigger way. Today is being proactive. Gotta love it. That's what this podcast represents. We are being proactive no matter what. We are together, able to build this. And I want to thank everyone who joins us weekly and shares this. So far, I got some good vibes from our intro episode with a lot of good energy. And once again, we're live. Midnightrabbi Inspires both on Facebook and Instagram, as well on YouTube. And just making sure everyone hears me okay. Since the internet, can sometimes go up and down, but it looks good to me. I'm just going to double check over here on our tablet. How's it going? How's it flowing? And wishing everybody a beautiful climax to the summer as we enter into the new year, the autumn energy, and the new Jewish new year of New You, not just the new year. The whole idea of being proactive is to believe that we can become a new you. Elul is the Zman, it's the time, it's the opportunity. All of us can share in this flow. And I have so much to update about what's gone on the last week, even though I'm now much more in a frat. But there's a tremendous online experience that we can do. And I have had the pleasure to make it to Jerusalem, Yerushalayim for Shabbos. It's uplifting Shabbos with a good friend who was making his Ufruf, which means his oldest son Zusha was, Baruch Hashem, called up to the Torah by my Rebbe, the Talmud Rebbe. Beautiful Shabbos. We stayed in the Nevi'im Street, right near the old city. We were able to go to the Kosel, the Western Wall, and Leil Shabbos. Oh yes, everything's good here. We're seeing the flow. Happy to get the volume down over here. And I thank you all again for commenting, feedback. That's the flow we need. It makes a big difference. So everyone out there, feel open to share your energy, your unity flow, your relationship flow. We're going to hopefully, over these many weeks together, one of the goals I'd like to accomplish is to upgrade the quality of professionalism. And that, thank God, last week we had the meeting that I mentioned about with a wonderful studio producer, Ben Wallach. We haven't yet confirmed if we're working together, but we are getting a proposal drawn up, and hopefully the funds, the backing, the energy we need to make this happen in a real studio format, plus to be able to do it from our home with the best miking, so we can go and do it on the way as well. When we travel, for example, we're in London, we are going to be in London and flying back on a Tuesday, 2 weeks from today. So therefore, that kind of thing we'd probably like to record on Monday, or the truth is we can wait till Wednesday, so that week will be one for Wednesday. Today's a real Tuesday flow. Keeping it real, you have to be real, as Roshama Katz taught yesterday in Shirat Dovin and a frat. The idea of having a real focus in what we're doing. And thank God I have the ability for anyone who wants to comment and on YouTube to be able to comment back, as well as on our other apps. We can always figure out a way to give a thumbs up, and it builds the algorithms, it gets everything moving in the right direction. We'd like to experiment more over the time together with AI and Bard and all the new ChatGPT formats, see what we can do with technology to step up a little bit. We've been listening to Gary Vaynerchuk, and he's very much encouraged the importance of being proactive and getting more and more content out there. As he always says, give, and then only then do we start to see results. So since this is a new flow in our Unity Flow podcast and the collaboration with the Relationship Flow podcast, and we'd like to be collaborative with you guys also, we know the importance of joining together. We have the Unity bookings and the ability to bring together amazing speakers and musicians, and we'd like to grow that. As we mentioned many times, check out the new announcements. We had Asaf Harosh join us in the last week, as well as a very new exciting meeting taking place next week, where we might have the announcement sometime Tuesday, Wednesday next week about a new Unity booking star joining, something new, something different, in discussion already with the management, the artist, and the partners as well. It's very exciting. there's so much ability to grow this, as well as helpfully and helping, and hopefully, put the two words together. Yeah, I did, helpfully. The doing marketing, Unity marketing for other organizations, as well as the Zera Shimshon, which we're already doing, and to expand that to others. We're in discussion with a group tomorrow in the Efrat, in the Gush, as well as, please God, some individuals have been in touch. It's definitely the word's getting out there, and I don't take it for granted that people, through word of mouth, are recommending what I do. And the concept is, once again, of being proactive. Goes back to my Stephen Covey days, where I was very into the 7 Habits and Tony Robbins, or the concepts of Viktor Frankl. The idea of being proactive is not reactive, not reacting to the current transition I'm personally in, and all of us are in. We're in a time of tshuva. There's definitely challenges on all levels, spiritually, emotionally, physically, economically. No one knows what's going to be for this new blessed year. So all of us have the opportunity, hopefully, with this new energy that's about to enter, as we blow the shofar. That's a very deep concept, but it's described in the Tanya, the shofar blowing on Rosh Hashanah, which is crazy, only about 19 days, 18 days away. We have the opportunity to realize that when the shofar is being blown, we can... Oh, Yosef Daniel, how you doing? Sending some love. Yes, we will be doing an event together in the Light of Infinite Festival, hosted by Eretz Safir and Pomeranz Bookstore, as well as, I believe, Yeshiva Simcha Shlomo will be together with Yosef Daniel and many other inspiring people doing an open mic. Yosef Daniel's a big star. He's on our Unity bookings. We'd love to get more bookings for him as well. He's definitely someone who can sing and tell his story, his journey, as well as bring some humor. So shkoyach back to him. We'd love to keep this all growing. It's amazing. There's so much collaborative ability. If people, including myself, would allow it, we all need to work harder. It's a new year. To get there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, together. That's it. Yeah, and get it, as it says, Brendan sings in a song. But the concept I wanted to bring down from Stephen Covey of being proactive is very, very profound in its ability to start off the year in the right note, start it off with the right foot, as we say, the right foot. Avram Avinu is the beginning, the Rosh Ma'aminim, the beginning of all Amunah, and the idea of the concept of believing in one God and bringing that awareness, that universal wisdom to the world, communicating it. Parshas Kisava, where we are now in our Jewish tradition, we have the concept of gratitude, showing our gratitude through bringing the Bikurim, bringing the first fruits, and showing to Hashem, like we read in the Haggadah on Seder night, our appreciation. It's really important that it's something we shouldn't take for granted, that we have this tradition, because it's something the world itself has come to appreciate as a foundational value of attitude of gratitude. You know, we've been talking a lot about Gedalia Fenster and his concepts and teachings and how he's able to be more universal. So we have it like old midnight. Yeah, that's true. We'll be out in town. It's true when I do that speech. Thanks, Joseph Daniel, for Instagram, for giving the feedback. We love it. But the Gedalia Fenster says it needs not just to be a happy new year, happy new you. That's the concept we started off with, that it's all about getting more in touch with who we are, not becoming, God forbid, there's a whole energy out there of getting involved in narcissist ways. We're going to discuss that with our relationship flow, becoming intimate, more intimately connected to the person you're with, takes you out of that selfish, self-focused mindset. And that's what we're going to discuss when we do this 10-week course or so of intimacy. And being proactive is the first pillar, the true foundation. It's the first habit that Stephen Covey brings down, because it's the key. It's going beyond yourself is the key to understand that there's something above you, giving you a mission, giving you a purpose, that gives you the energy, the motivation, that pumps you up. And it's foundational that chesed, kindness, the whole world was created with that. The whole idea of connecting to another person is based off chesed, of kindness, of going beyond yourself, out of your own comfort zone, and being able to connect to another human being, being able to help that other human being, to be able to assist. That's one of the things we're trying to do Unity Bookings, to get all these wonderful, talented people out there more in a bigger way. And the idea of Unity Marketing, getting everyone and their message, their brand, their company, their mission statement, their Torah, their wisdom, their journey. Like one of the people that reached out is a psychologist, therapist, and he wants to get his teachings out there more and more. He's already on some platforms, but there's ability for us to mainstream it, to hopefully long term to reach where the big podcasters are featured, like Dr. Benji Epstein reached Duncan Trussell, who reaches Joe Rogan, and the idea is to hopefully allow these concepts and the branding to expand outwards. That's chesed, that's kindness, that's Avraham Avinu's light. That's how we're beginning this whole process. We're going into Rosh Hashanah knowing that one of the keys to our success for the new year is that we have merits. And one of the merits, the biggest merits, we talk about it. We had a beautiful class this week in Shirat David. We have a new kollel there. A big shout out to them and to Rav Shlomo, what he's accomplished. His Mirat are 6 new Avrechim families. I've moved in. They're part of the shul, and they have the ability now to give classes almost every night from a different person. And one of them said over, I don't remember his name, but it was a beautiful concept, the idea that the shofar it brings down the merits of our forefathers and foremothers, Avraham Avinu, Sarah Meinu, the beginning. And we've talked about this when we go on our Emunah tour. This year I won't be on the Emunah tour myself physically, but I'll be doing hopefully other Emunah tours for other people, because the concept of Emunah is a universal. No one has ownership of it. It's something that Avraham Avinu shared and began. Rosh Ma'aminim, he became the beginning, and the idea of Ma'aminim Hashem, the Moshe Avdo, that we have to always every day work believing in Hashem, and that there's a creator, that there's one God, one binding, united soul creation, and then we have this ability to hopefully believe in the shlichim and the agents of that emunah, of that truth. And even though nowadays the tendency tends to be more materialistic and away from believing in one God, it seems the way the media pushes things and the way that politics is run and the way that the world seems to be heading, and all these different ways of agendas and ways of thinking, but the content of the reality is that we are attached to that one God. We have that ability to tune into those true values, and the beginning of all those values starts with chesed, with kindness, with the will to create creation, with the will to now have another human being, give to another human being, which creates another human being, or feed another human being. The idea that humanity begins with kindness. It's being proactive, going beyond yourself, not reactive. Not because something happened, you lose the job, or you're changing a job, you're in between jobs, but becoming proactive. Now we have the opportunity to give in a new format, in a new way, in a new platform. Or, for example, someone offends you and you have the ability to let it go. Just to let it go and not react. Rather, how can I kill them with kindness, as Gedali always says? How can I really replace that negative energy with positivity? So this is something that we're going to be doing weekly, and it's Yoni Gabali, another Unity star, Unity booking star. Would love to get the bookings going for him as well. Once again, the community out there has to come Unity. They have to be the ones to bring in these talented musicians, these stars, give them those opportunities. And it's amazing sitting in my home in a frat. I would never, one, would have imagined I'd be in a frat, and two, already at the age of 43, and I feel like this new year is really a new beginning. I don't know what's going to be, I don't know how it's going to all pan out, but this is where Amunah begins. So we have to constantly chadesh Amunah and realize it goes together with acts of kindness, of letting go, of being proactive, of having an attitude of gratitude. These are all concepts that go together in the habit of kindness. And as we put down many years ago in Yeshiva Ashreinu, almost 10 years, maybe longer. We put down over there the idea of the 10 habits of truly effective use. You can check it out. It is on a blog. I'll try to find the link or update it here at some point. We'll get all the course material, everything clear. We'll put it on a Substack. Maybe the next Substack we'll try to put it down over there, as well as with the United Souls. So you can see that the outline of what the 10 habits, it's taking Stephen Covey's 7 habits and adding another additional three for the completion, the full shlemus, the concept of 10. So I learned today you only really, Alpi Torah needs to blow one shofar blow. We end up blowing 9, and then the truth is we end up blowing 100. But the concept, there's this 10x concept. 10 represents a number of completion. Humanity's built with this binary code within us, the 10 fingers, the 10 toes, the concept of 10 spheres, the Leonim, and the idea, the 7 habits and the 8th habit, which Stephen Covey did write about, we wanted to take it to that next level of spirituality and inner content. So we'll discuss the flow of the 10 habits and how it's going to help with our unity flow concepts of the unity bookings, unity marketing, and everything we're trying to do to bring the awareness of truth and united souls to the world. And then at the same time, how that's going to help people like myself and all of us build the deeper relationship flow, so that our soulmate are the ones we love, the family, the friends. We're more attached, we're more connected, we're more unified in our relationship, we're more together, we're able to build, hopefully, real time love and connection, and also boundaries, that our relationship's healthy, keeping it balanced. We're going to be all these things we're going to have, but it begins once again with being proactive. For example, the idea of going out to find the soulmate, something which the world now, unfortunately, you never imagine it from all of history, but the concept of a man going out to look for his soulmate was, a Dava Pasha, was something simple that every human being would have done back in the day pretty much. And now the idea of a person going out to find their soulmate is all strange and convoluted, and it's filled with the internet experience of Tinder and all these other weird apps. Not that I've ever been on them, but the concept that what I've heard about them, that there's this whole experience of relationship not flowing, that people are not having opportunities, God forbid, to actually interact face to face. Like tomorrow, the meeting I'm having with the marketing is not going to be done online. It's not going to be done like next week with the big music star that I'm doing a Zoom call with. This is going to be, because they're in America, this is going to be an in-person meeting, because they're old school and they want to do it in person. I respect that, so I'm going to go travel and chat with them. It's important to keep the in-person experience. Tonight I have a wedding. Nothing better. It's all in person. None of this Zoom rubbish, weddings or Zoom bar mitzvah, Zoom pray services, Zoom churches, whatever it is you're into spiritually. The concept is that it has to be ponim or ponim, it has to be face to face. That's what Hashem ideally wants. When we're talking to God, we're experiencing a unification. And we shouldn't have technology again and again all the time. So that's why ideally, like I'll be doing when I go to London on the 7th, which is only next week Thursday. I'm already going to be in London. And the JLE are talking to me about maybe talking Thursday night, so we'll see. We'll try to get that pumped out there. It'll be amazing to do together. We'll be able to do an event and really get some energy in London going. We had the opportunity the 7th of September, so everyone out there, please reach out to me about that. And we have the ability on the 8th of September to do a speech in the JLE Shul the night. We're just confirming that, all the details as soon as possible. We'll put it up on the platforms. The speech with Joseph Daniel, by the way, is going to be in the 21st of September, so that's 2 weeks after that. But basically, before we do Shabbos Slicha, we're going to have some opportunity to connect to the JLE, the London audience and London friends, and we're going to have please God, a Simcha in London, and I'm not going to be available a little bit Monday. So anyone wants to reach out to me for the 11th of September would also be a good time, and we can, whoever's in London, face to face, imagine, upon him, the ability to connect people. We have to make those opportunities, make that ability, be proactive in being available. I always try that when I go back to London to make sure people know that I'm coming, and be proactive, but also most importantly to focus on the family. I just got some pictures from my last trip. Beautiful party, beautiful bar mitzvah, unbelievable. The connection, the love, the energy. This is what we want to do together with our relationship flow and the concepts of united souls of really joining. But either way, we're always bound together as a soul level. As I mentioned last time, sometimes it doesn't always work out to meet up with someone, but on a soul level, we're always bound up, we're always together, we always can have kavanah, have intention for everybody who we're in the world, all the people we love, all the connection. We have to constantly generate that unity flow amongst each other, and it's up to us to do the work, to be proactive, be active in getting the professional energy, the positive, put out there in a great way. And it's up to us to realize that we have all the building blocks to tune into our ancient wisdom, to tune into the ancient truths that's within our soul, the soul level, to start to tune into the soul level, the soul communication, to know how to understand how the soul's relating to us in a real-time way. And this will bring us all the success we need, because we'll be able to constantly, day after day, be focused, be active, not get caught up, chas v'shalom, God forbid, in any form of depression or downness, or feeling inactive, or feeling reactive. We're going to go and do that. We're going to hopefully, please God, all return in the true way, especially Elul, a special time of mercy, to be really very real, as Rav Shlomo said. Shlomo Katz said, be really, really real, and understand that we have the merit, we have the shofar blowing, which was Avraham Avinu, Akedah Yitzchak, the idea of the kindness, the Mesiras Nefesh, the ability to go beyond ourselves, Lech Lecha, to go out of ourselves, to go for a bigger cause. This is our power. So just to end off with this week's proactive flow, to realize that in relationships, we'll just end with a little basic advice in marriage. You see that when you're less selfish, not, God forbid, even nothing like being a narcissist, completely involved in how you can be of service to the other person, that will bring a fuller connection, that will bring a more meaningful connection, that will allow the relationship to flow better. So even if we, God forbid, fallen into a weaker state or we've got caught up in ourselves, there's always ability to begin again. That's the idea of El, Rosh Hashanah, the chadshus, the renewal, the power of starting again and again in a relationship, not allowing what was yesterday to become the story that defines a relationship. Constantly renew it, renew the flow, renew the giving, renew the kindness, renew the service, renew the boundaries, renew the healthiness. And that's the concept, that we have the power within, the energy, and not to allow anything to hold us back from doing what we're here for in this beautiful world. I wish everyone a beautiful end of week, a beautiful unity flow and relationship flow. Share yours. Let's keep connecting. All the links in description. There's so much to do, and anyone who wants to reach out and connect to the development of this podcast, we're going to have, please God, have many guests. We're going to have a whole, please God, proposal about what we're planning to do here. It's going to be high level on audio and eventually, please God, visual and video. The concept is that we can do this together. It's a unity flow experience. We are together in this world to make a change. So let's do it. Be proactive, and we'll talk next week how we can do it in a more analytical, worked out way, as well as we bring it together with the concepts of intimacy, which is definitely one of the biggest challenges of our generation. Can't wait to share more relationship flow with you in Unity Flow, and keep Unity Inspired projects growing. So much love to all of you, and have a beautiful weekend.